Hey everyone, welcome to Ebb and Flow. In this episode, we will do a slow motion, fairly simple but strong flow that will get you in your body and in your breath in a short period of time. So start seated in a comfortable position and close your eyes. And as your eyes close, let your breath begin to pull you inside your body. So with every inhale, like you're being simply guided inward. And with every exhale, see if you can feel a grounding, a very simple landing on the earth, a physical dropping down. And with every inhale, let the breath take you in a little bit deeper or to touch a new territory inside. And with every exhale, a simple surrendering down into your pelvis, your legs, your feet, and allowing your pelvis and your legs and your feet to really anchor and ground. Take a moment to acknowledge where you're at, how you feel, if there's anything that's talking to you right now, physically, emotionally, mentally, and just listening without attaching any labels or shoulds or shouldn'ts. And taking one big sigh to allow for a clearing of any residue that you may have collected on your way here. So take a deep breath in through both of your nostrils. Relax your jaw, open your mouth, and let out a sigh. And feel the effects of the sigh that go on for much longer than the physical sound. And begin to bring your palms together in front of your heart. And once they connect, feel your own touch. Just like if you were touching somebody else's hands, you would feel certain qualities of touch. You would feel a presence. There would be a temperature or temperatures. And then lift your heart up a little bit towards your brain and humble your brain a little bit towards your heart. And take a moment to tune into an intention. Your reason why. Giving yourself the freedom for that reason to shift and change and to trust what comes. Then slowly release your hands and begin to make your way onto your hands and your knees. And spread your fingers really wide. As you spread your fingers, spread them from the roots of the fingers, so the whole surface area of your palms grows or stretches like canvas. And then grow the tips of your fingers long, so it's like you can see your fingers actually growing. Then squish all four corners of both hands down into the mat and claw the mat with all your finger pads, like you're pulling your finger pads towards the center of each palm. Micro bend your elbows. Hug your forearms towards the midline. And then we're going to start with a really slow undulation through the spine. So as you inhale, begin to tilt your sit bones up towards the sky and feel your lower back contract. Let the contraction glide up through the middle back to the back of the heart, so the front of the heart melts down and forward. Let the contraction glide all the way up to the back of your throat, so the front of your throat opens. And then at the very end of that inhale, elongate even more by pulling your hands and knees towards one another. As you exhale, swallow up through the pelvic floor. Draw your pubic bone towards your navel center. Squeeze your navel center in and up towards your solar plexus. Hug your solar plexus in and up towards your heart. And then suction your heart in and up towards your throat. Close the front of your throat so the back of your throat opens. Stay here for a moment, and you may have taken more than one exhale, totally cool. But take another breath here just to really feel the squeeze of the front body towards the back body. And as you inhale, tilt your sit bones up. Engage your lower back, your middle back, your upper back, and the back of your throat. And as you exhale, swallow through the pelvic floor in and up. Squeeze through the navel, navel to solar plexus to heart, and heart to throat. Keep this going. Inhale, sit bones go up. Engage lower, middle, upper, and back of throat. And as you exhale, swallow up through the pelvic floor. Engage pubic bone to navel, navel to solar, solar to heart, heart to throat. Good. 2 more times, just riding your breath. Try to really stretch out the inhale and the exhale. And let that stretching out of the breath express a deeper stretching out and expression through the body. Inhale, tilt your sit bones up, engage the lower back, middle back, upper back, and back of throat. And as you exhale, slow motion, keep the curves through the spine. Draw in at the waistline, a little hug in, and begin to bend your elbows, bringing your chest and your chin towards the floor. As you inhale, press down and come back up, stretch your arms straight. And as you exhale, draw pubic bone into navel, navel to solar, solar to heart, heart to throat, and contract your whole front body. Inhale, tilt your sit bones back and up, engage lower back, middle back, upper back, and back of throat. And as you exhale, bend your elbows and sink your heart and your chin towards the earth. As you inhale, press down and come back up. And as you exhale, begin the engagement of the front body sequentially through the spine. Just one more time like that. Inhale, engage your lower back, middle back, upper back, and back of throat. And as you exhale, bend your elbows and bring your chest and chin to the earth. As you inhale, press down and come back up. And this time as you exhale, flex your feet, tuck all 10 toes at the same time in the same way. Press from the back of your heart down through your hands and glide your chest towards your thighs as you lift your knees up. Like a big full body yawn into downward dog. Suction your low ribs in towards your back space so that your whole back of your waistline breathes a little brighter. Then just take a few breaths and you can wiggle in whichever way or be still. Allow your breath to continue to ebb and flow, anchoring you more deeply into yourself and into the earth. So with every inhale, it stretches you more deeply inside. And every exhale, let yourself really land here. Feel gravity. Feel your hands and your feet like they're melting into the earth. So we'll continue these undulations, moving forward and back. Forward into high plank and then back into down dog. So as you inhale, lift your heels up, pull up through your legs, lift up through your pelvic floor. Draw pubic bone to navel, navel to solar, solar to heart, heart to throat. So you're rounded here in a rounded high plank. Then as you exhale, micro bend your elbows and your knees. Then tilt your sit bones up, engage the lower back, middle back, upper back, back of throat as you press back into down dog. But now your gaze will be forward. So keep your gaze forward until you have to move your gaze because of the movement that has moved up sequentially through the spine. So as you inhale, lift your heels, pull up through your legs, curl in through pubic bone towards navel, navel to solar, solar to heart. Then This affects the cervical spine, and your chin begins to curl in, squeezing the front of your throat so the back of your throat opens. As you exhale, microbend knees and elbows. Tilt your sit bones up, engage the lower back, middle back, upper back, back of throat, and glide back. Let's go a few times back and forth. Inhale, round forward. Exhale, ripple back. Inhale, round forward. Feel the breath anchor you more deeply inside. And exhale, ripple back, feeling your body anchoring down more into the earth. Just one more time like this. Inhale. And exhale. As you inhale, round forward into a high plank. This time as you exhale, keep your shoulders over your wrists. Pull your navel to your spine in slow motion. Bring both knees to the floor at the same time in the same way. Then inhale. Keep your arms straight. Engage the lower back, middle back, upper back, and back of throat. Create the curves through the spine, extending through the crown of your head. And as you exhale, bend your elbows and bring your chest and chin to the earth. Untuck your toes, and as you inhale, slide onto your belly. Glide your hands back until your wrists are under your elbows. Hug your shoulder blades towards one another. Press down through the tops of your feet. Squeeze your inner ankles towards one another. Pull up through your thighs. Then swallow up through your pelvic floor. Engage your lower back, middle back, upper back, and lift your hands up off the floor. Tuck your chin a little bit towards your chest and just feel for a moment the engagement in your back body. And then speak to what you feel with the language of your breath. It's like you're touching sensations with breath. Anchor them as deep, anchor your breath as deep as you can into the sensations that you feel. And take one more inhale and see if you can glide your heart a little bit more forward and maybe up. And as you exhale, tuck your toes at the same time in the same way. Squish your hands into the floor and slide back into an active child's pose. So your hips don't land on your heels. Your elbows are micro bent, and it's more like you're about to pounce on somebody or something. It's very active. Squeeze your finger pads into the earth, and on your next inhale, curl your pubic bone in and round forward, hands and knees. And then as you exhale, tilt your sit bones up. Engage the lower back, middle back, upper back, back of throat as your knees lift up and glide back into down dog. Once again, begin to draw your low ribs in towards your back space. So the back of your waist expands. Then take a sigh to release any residue, or if you prefer, keep your mouth closed and make a sound. So take a deep inhale breath. Anchoring the breath into what you feel, and as you exhale, let gravity help you to have a release. It's like you're releasing anything that has erupted up, allowing it to pour down into the earth. As you inhale, lift your heels, pull up through your thighs, lift your pelvic floor, and round forward high plank. And as you exhale, tilt your sit bones up, microbend your elbows, and glide back into down dog. Inhale, ripple forward. Keep your shoulders over your wrists. Exhale, lower your knees to the floor. Keep your elbows a little bit micro bent. Inhale, tilt your sit bones up, engage the lower, middle, upper, and back of throat. And as you exhale, bend your elbows and lower your chest and chin to the earth. As you inhale, untuck your toes, slide onto your belly, pull up through your thighs, lift your pelvic floor, lift your hands, and puff your heart forward. Keep a little tuck of the chin towards the chest. Exhale, press your hands down, tuck your toes, and slither back, active child's pose. As you inhale, round forward, hands and knees, swallow in and up through your pelvic floor. And as you exhale, undulate back into down dog. Press through your left foot, and as you inhale, slowly begin to reach your right leg up towards the sky. Lift it up through the inner thigh and gaze back at your right baby toe. Make sure it's pointing down towards the floor, and this will keep your hips square. Swallow your low ribs in. Press from the spaciousness of the back of your heart down and forward through your finger pads while simultaneously stretching back through your big toe mound or heel. Deep inhale here to elongate. As you exhale, lift your left heel high, squeeze the left thigh, and round forward so that you're squishing your right leg into your belly. Hug your right heel in towards your butt. Claw them out with your fingertips. And then gaze down and see how slowly you can step your right foot just inside your right thumb. Sweetly sink your left knee to the earth. Dig both big toes down. And as you inhale, squeeze the right glute towards the back of the right knee and undulate up into a low lunge. As you exhale, flex your right foot. So the right heel stays down, but the rest of the foot lifts. Tilt your sit bones back to engage your lower back. Begin to glide your pelvis back in space. As your pelvis glides back in space, your middle back will engage. As your middle back engages, squeeze your front body to your back body, and then reach your fingertips back in space. Bend your elbows a little bit towards the sky, squeezing your biceps, and pump the base of your heart forward. Heart and fingertips moving in opposite directions. Keep the right heel digging down and pull your right foot towards your left foot. On your next inhale, slowly bring your right foot back down to the floor. Squeeze the right glute towards the back of the right knee. Lift your left knee and begin to rise up into a high lunge. Dig both big toes down, pull them towards one another so you energize to the midline. Cinch in at the waist, puff your chest, and then as you inhale, stretch up as much as you stretch down. As you exhale, pull your front body to your back body, begin to bring your torso forward on an angle. Hands come down to the floor. You can do this on fingertips, or you can have your hands on blocks so you have a little bit more space. Take an inhale, stick your bum back, and reach your heart forward. Fill up with breath to prepare. Now as you exhale, lift your left heel high, squeeze the left thigh, round your spine, pick your right foot up, and step back into down dog. Pause in down dog. Let your hands and feet anchor. Receive gravity and receive the effects of all of that movement that go on for much longer than the movement itself. Allow the ebb and the flow of the breath to anchor you into the moment. We do the other side. As you inhale, begin to slowly reach your left leg up towards the sky. Just look back at your left pinky toe, make sure it's pointing down towards the floor. Draw your low ribs in, and then press from the back of your heart down and forward through your fingertips while simultaneously reaching out through both legs. As you exhale, lift the right heel high, squeeze the right thigh, and round in, squeeze your left thigh as tight as you can into your chest. Then gaze down, and as slowly as you can, step your left foot inside your left thumb. Come onto fingertips as you sink the right knee sweetly. Dig both big toes down and energize your left glute towards the back of your left knee, lifting your pelvic floor, undulate up through the spine into a low lunge, inhaling. As you exhale, flex the left foot, glide your pelvis back, engage the lower back, middle back, upper back as your torso comes forward on an angle and fingertips reach back. Clawing the air with your fingertips, squeeze your biceps. As you inhale, slide into a high lunge, feel your whole left foot anchor. Squeeze your left glute towards the back of your left knee. Root your right big toe, and then inhale, cinch your waist, puff your chest, and stretch as much into the earth as you do to the sky. Torso comes forward on an exhale. Slowly begin to place your hands down onto blocks or fingertips or the floor and pause. Take an inhale first to prepare, so fill up with breath. Bum back, heart forward, breathe in. Then as you exhale, press down, squeeze the right thigh, curl in through your front body, press and suction your left foot off the floor. Step back into down dog. Pause in down dog and take a breath. Now let's begin to flow it together. As you inhale, ripple forward, high plank. And as you exhale, begin to bend your knees, bring them both down to the floor. Inhale, tilt your sit bones high, engage the lower back, middle back, upper back, and back of throat. And as you exhale, bring your chest and chin to the earth. As you inhale, untuck your toes, slide onto your belly, right into the active cobra where you lift your hands and puff your chest forward. Exhale, press your hands down and glide back, active child's pose, tucking your toes. As you inhale, round forward, hands and knees, swallow in and up through the pelvic floor. And as you exhale, undulate back, down dog. Inhale, press through your left foot, right leg goes up. Exhale, round in, squeezing your right thigh as much as you can into your chest and step your right foot lightly inside the right thumb. Sink your left knee and inhale. Use the right glute to undulate you up, low lunge. Exhale, glide back and bow. Inhale, high lunge, rise up. Exhale, hands to the floor. Round your spine on the same exhale. Pick your right foot up and step back, down dog. Inhale, ride your breath forward, high plank. Exhale, knees come down. Inhale, engage lower back, middle back, upper back, back of throat, arcing through your spine, and then exhale, chest and chin down. Untuck your toes and inhale, glide into active cobra. Exhale, plant your hands, tuck your toes, and slide back, active child's pose. As you inhale, round forward, hands and knees. And as you exhale, glide back into down dog. Press through your right foot, and as you inhale, stretch your left leg high. Exhale, lift your right heel, round in, left thigh, as tight as it can go, into your chest, gaze down, and step your left foot inside your left thumb. Sink your right knee, and then inhale. Let the inhale rise you up. Low lunge. Exhale, glide your pelvis back and bow. Keep digging the left heel into the ground and pulling your feet towards one another. Inhale, slowly glide into a high lunge. Feel your big toes anchoring. And exhale, hands migrate to the floor, round your spine. Pick your left foot up and step back, down dog. Now pause in down dog. And let yourself just receive the effects of all of that. So do the whole flow just one more time. And now that you have the movements in your body imprinted, let the focus be more on the breath. So riding the ebb and the flow of the breath. Letting just momentarily allowing the technique to take a back seat. Just trust it's in your body. As you inhale, ripple forward. Exhale, engage your core as your knees come down. As you inhale, engage lower back, middle back, upper back, back of throat. And as you exhale, bring your chest and chin down. Untuck your toes, inhale, cobra. This time, keep your hands down and pull them back in space to spread your heart more forward. And then exhale, active child's pose. Tuck your toes. Round forward on an inhale, hands and knees. And as you exhale, glide back into down dog. Your next inhale reaches your right leg up. Exhale, round and step your right foot inside your right thumb. Left knee sinks and then inhale, rise, low lunge. Exhale, glide back and bow. As you inhale, rise up, high lunge. And really let your exhale take you all the way back. Down dog. Inhale washes you forward. High plank. Exhale, this time bring both knees down. Arc through your spine, bring your chest and your chin to the floor. Untuck your toes, inhale, cobra. Exhale, child's pose, tuck your toes. Inhale, round forward, hands and knees. And as you exhale, glide back into down dog. Inhale, stretch your left leg high. And as you exhale, round forward and step. Sink your right knee to the earth and inhale, rise, low lunge. Exhale, glide back and bow. Rise up, high lunge, inhaling. And as you exhale, use the exhale to take you back, down dog. Close your eyes in your down dog. Micro bend your knees. Keep a tiny micro bend through your elbows and hug your forearms to the midline. Let your hands and your feet anchor. but rather through a whole bunch of force, let gravity really drag them down. Just staying here for one more breath. We'll use it to have a big sigh and to let go of any residue or press any residue down into the earth. So take a deep inhale breath. And press into the earth as you exhale. As you inhale, lift your heels up high. And as you exhale, sink both knees down to the floor at the same time in the same way. And then sit back onto your heels. Bring your hands onto your thighs with your palms facing up. And close your eyes. Just allow yourself to get really still so that you can feel more potently the effects. So all of the little subtleties, the circulation, everything that's moving on the inside. Stay tuned into the ebb and the flow of the breath. So every inhale, the breath researching more deeply into what you're experiencing. And every exhale, a grounding or a surrendering down. An allowance for yourself to anchor or to be anchored or just to be. Now as you catch little insights, trust what you catch. Even when something feels stuck or what the mind might classify as not ideal, let that be an actual catch rather than something that shouldn't be there. So if something feels stuck, let it feel stuck. And then you're welcome to stay seated like this and just allow yourself to integrate. Or you can lie down into Shavasana and integrate in that way. And not one is better or worse. So just choose whatever you feel called to do. And continue to stay with the effects of all of that continue to go on for much longer than the actual physical efforts. Let yourself fall into surrender, complete surrender to whatever is. And allow yourself to take this magnified presence with you for the rest of your day or evening. Magnified presence in allowing what is and the anchoring effect of the breath, the ebb and the flow that always brings you right back here to this moment. Thank you so much for joining this episode, and I hope to see you in the next one. Have a beautiful day.